everyone, just want to do a short video on the LS motor that we've decided to go with. First off, big shout out to the salvage guys. I'm going to post a link to their website down below for hooking us up on this LS2. Kind of an interesting motor actually. So this is an L76, which is sort of like the in-between of an LS2 and an LS3. I'll explain a little bit about what I've found out that means. So the block is an aluminum LS2 motor. It came out of a 2009 Pontiac G8. But what's interesting about the L76 is it does come with LS3 type rectangular port heads. So the casting number on these heads is 5364, which does come back as an LS3 head. So it's kind of like a cusp here in between before the LS3 was actually released into production, but they were upgrading the performance of it. So the rating on it is stock 355 horse and 384 foot-pounds of torque. But the one, I think, downfall you could say about this motor and a few other generation LS2s at the time is they have displacement on demand. And so if you don't know what that means, it basically means the motor can run on 4 cylinders for economy, and then when you want more power, it can go up to 8. Now, I'm not an expert on LS motors, and I'm sure somebody could comment more on this, but from my understanding, there were some failure rates in the types of lifters. They actually have a spring type lifter. And when we pull them apart, we'll show everybody what it looks like when we pull the engine apart. But they were prone to failure, and I don't really feel like having a 4-cylinder engine in the Porsche, so we'll be changing it out. What you have to do is get a deletion kit for the displacement on demand. And given how much we have to tear apart to install that kit, we're going to install a performance candidate as well. Nothing too crazy, a little bit more lift, a little bit more undulation, but nothing too mad, so we can stay pretty much stock on the rest of the motor. We will be upgrading the lifter springs as well, just as part of the upgrade. But we're probably trying to tune it to pretty close to maybe stock LS3, probably a little bit under. So I'm hoping to probably get around 410 horse, 410 torque. That's kind of the goal. We'll see what it comes like on the dyno. So anyways, yeah, I will do a little bit of how we set it up on the engine stand. I used a engine plate from ICT. I'm going to put a link in the description as well, so you guys can have that. And then beyond that, we're going to do another video where it's going to be all teardown. The parts are coming from Summit. No promotion from Summit, it's just a vendor of choice I like to use. So we're going to be using, getting the parts from them, putting those in place. We did get the mounting kit from the place that does the swaps for the LS swaps into the Porsche. I'm not going to tell you who that is just yet. I'm going to do a whole video comparison on some of the vendors that are in the market and why we chose the one we went with. So I'll give you all those details later. But yeah, next video is going to be a full teardown, tearing off all the accessories, pulling off the heads, cleaning the motor all nice, getting it ready, throwing a cam in it, timing gear set, the displacement on demand deletion, getting her back together and cleaned up, and hopefully getting ready to put in the Porsche. So thanks very much. Hit subscribe, like, all that kind of fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.